Hello, Year 10, it's me again, Miss Nevin. In this hour, we are going to do some painting with food, basically. So, the inspiration that I have found is Emma Dibbin, who is the illustrator for Waitrose, and she also designs some of their things, so like packaging, carrier bags, things to go on the walls of the actual shops. So the work that she does is mostly of ingredients, and I kind of think it looks like she's actually smashed the food into the page in order to give it the colour. She hasn't. She's actually using watercolour, but I do kind of think it looks like she has used real food in order to make these pictures. So I will be doing a demonstration of what you need to do today, but the kind of overview of what you're required to do is to firstly collect and experiment with different kinds of food and drink by putting them on pieces of paper, seeing how well they actually take to the paper. Then you need to draw the container of at least three of the best food or drink items in pen. Then to your pen drawings, you need to apply the actual food or drink so that it's coloured with the real food. And then you need to take some good photos of what you've made to upload to class charts and then save the photos so that they can be stuck into your books later. So the drawings that you're doing today, they are not going to be done straight into your book because we're putting food on them. So can you do this on a separate piece of paper, please? And then the photographs will then be stuck into your book. Okay, I'm going to be drawing this olive oil bottle as a continuous line drawing, and all that means is I'm not going to be taking the pen off the page as I draw it, just because I think they look really illustrative and a bit kind of crazy, and they're also quite quick to do. So I'm actually going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to draw it as I see it and putting in quite a lot of the detail as I go. So we're not actually too worried about it being the kind of perfect shape. Just as long as you only draw things that you can see, they tend to kind of work out okay in the end. So if you're thinking this is looking rubbish right now, just keep going, and it tends to look a lot better. Ooh. See, that just says extra virgin olive oil, and I'm going to put the picture of the olive in. It's got some leaves behind it. And then there's another line here. I'm also even going to draw in some of the reflections because they make it look even better. So, you know what, I think this side needs a bit of something on it. So I'm going to draw whatever I can see from this side. There's also this kind of curve. Some bits in the bottle, and a nice reflection there, a nice reflection there. This is the picture, but if you don't want to do a continuous line drawing, you don't have to, as long as it is just a line drawing. On to the fun part. So on this plate, I've just poured a little bit of the oil that I'm going to apply onto here, just because you don't really want to be dipping your paintbrush into all of the food that you're going to be using. You don't want to contaminate the whole container. So you put it onto a plate before you apply it. And then you can do this really messily, or you can like really go for it and try and be neat. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do yet, whether I'm going to be messy or neat, but here we go. I have decided, however, I'm going to leave out the label in the middle so that you can see this is meant to be the oil that's inside the container. I think oil works really well because, as well, at the end you can hold it up to the light and the light actually shines through where the oil is, which is quite cool. So I'm actually happy with that one, just as it is. It's pretty rough, but I quite like the effect that that has. I'm just going to show you some more. So I've got mango chutney on this side and mustard on this side. So the mango chutney is quite, I don't know, to me it looks kind of like a jewel or something because it's quite see-through, but it's also really pretty, I think. So hopefully this comes out quite nicely in the photographs. You can be a bit more messy than this if you like, and you don't have to miss out the label. If you want to do it where the label is, that's absolutely fine. And onto the mustard. Actually, for this one, I'm going to apply it a bit more crazily because I think the picture can take it. There, I think that looks pretty cool. This one is balsamic vinegar, which I'm actually going to apply with my finger instead. And this one is the juice from a jar of pickled red cabbage. And I've gone for a bigger brush this time as well. I just think it suits it. Quite like that one because it's pink as well. It just looks really almost like actual paint. Take some photos of the work that you've done so that when we are back in school you can print them off and then stick them into your book. I also thought it was interesting that the one with red cabbage on it has kind of reacted with the page and has now gone kind of blue. So I actually really like that one. That's a really cool one if you have any pickled red cabbage lying around. Anyway, upload your pictures to ClassChart so that we can see what you've done. Goodbye.